What's up, everybody?
Hey!
Hopefully that we are live.
We'll see.
That's probably picking up.
Probably.
What's up, everybody? This is Scott, and that is
Greg.
And we are technically speaking. Oh,
my.
That was so cute.
What's up, everybody?
Oh, hang on a second. I ruined it. We are live, though.
Tech show.
Tech show.
That's 2 weeks in a row. We screwed something up.
Yeah, we are experts. You can probably hear the dog in the background, and that's fine. He's okay. Probably hear kids upstairs paddle paddling. What do they do? Is like paddling around?
How old are you? You're like 80 years old. Piddle paddling. Back in my day,
we walked up both hills both ways, and I was covered in snow with boots up to my ball sack. Well, that got dark, and that was only 57 seconds into the live stream. Anyway, I don't think we have an hour-long show today, honestly, because we're going to Bert Kreischer tonight.
Super excited for
and
that
as
one.
much as we love you guys, he is awesome.
Yes.
And if
he's way funnier than we are. Let's be real about it.
Significantly funnier.
He also gets paid to be much funnier than we are.
Well, he's probably just much funnier anyway.
Well, I mean, there is that too, but I'm saying he has the additional benefit of also getting paid to be funny. We do not.
BertBert.com. Yes. Shameless plug.
We are plugging his show.
I know, but I'm telling you right now that if I can get him to plug our channel, we plugged his channel. We can say that. It's not going to work because there's probably like 4 people watching this show, and one of them is not Bert Kreischer. Yeah. I can promise you that he's not. Yeah. Anyway, today's show, quick topics. We do have a fun game at the end, which is going to be really super, super, super interesting. Jason, thank you so much for commenting.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Jason, little known fact, Jason is actually the one that won the Google Chromecast Ultra when it was just my channel.
No kidding.
That is Jason.
Welcome back, my friend.
And there's a giveaway for a Google Home.
Yeah. It would be super weird if you managed to win that one, too. I swear, it's not loaded.
It is not loaded dice. Swear to God, I do everything total randomly. Anyway, today's topics. Let me pull up here.
Yeah.
Google Allo.
Yep.
A whole
hot
random
take
amount
on
of
Google
those.
Allo.
Red Camera's hydrogen phone.
Yes.
Whether that's all the aluminium or the
titanium.
The titanium edition. Yeah. Let me take a sip here. Sponsored by That was BertBert.com. And then Samsung, what are you doing?
There's a whole lot of what are you doing with Samsung.
What are you doing?
From top to bottom, there's like several products that they're talking
their
about.
Fire Edition?
Fire Edition, that's my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fire Extinguisher Edition?
Yeah.
Bixby? Edition. The no speak of the English. We missed one last week.
Yeah. iPhone
kind of a big one.
Yeah. Which is crazy.
It's
hard to believe that's that's because
Tech show.
Well, we're not
Tech show.
I'm sorry. Do you have an iPhone? I don't have an iPhone.
I have a MacBook. So do you?
Well, yeah. I guess that sort of counts. But yeah, I mean, iPhone. It happened. It for sure. It happened late in the week, and I definitely didn't think about it. But yeah, I mean, it's hard to believe that that's been 10 years ago that came out.
And then last, but certainly not least, is a fun game where we incorporate the flip a coin from Google.
Yeah.
And hot topics where one of us.
Yeah. I hate the fact that you just called it hot topics. That sort of makes me want to just punch you in the face as hard as I can.
Hot topics, hot takes,
yeah.
Hot chicken. What are you picking?
I'll call it.
The fun game is where we have to come up with something like Pepsi or Coke, where we come and say Pepsi's better than Coke, and you have to take
one side or the other.
Yeah, you have to argue one side or the other. But it's really stupid things like the toilet paper goes over, not under. So that's in here too. Little known fact.
I saw that one.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, like, the reality, like, the behind-the-scenes type of thing is, like, since we're friends in real life, we argue about stuff all the time, and we're such jerks to each other that, like, if he is all about something like, oh, did you see this new movie? It's so cool. I will just argue the opposite way just to annoy him. And you do the same thing to me. So it's like, why not showcase our ability to annoy each other on the internet, live for everyone to see?
I'm certainly hoping that it's because your MacBook is a little bit sketch, because I'm still good over here.
And it's because I hit pause. Because I have an old MacBook in it. And by I have an old MacBook, what I really mean is my wife has an old MacBook that I just borrow because tech show, I don't own a laptop. Figure that one out. But I got a baller desktop. That's conversation for another time.
God, why are you on this channel? Anyway, straight to Google Allo.
Yes. Some takes on
things,
Google Allo.
Some things came out talking about Google Allo going to start to build apps within the app.
Really?
From Derek Ross on Google Plus.
Okay.
So
I know nothing about this. So this is like I'm learning.
I think
at
it's
the same
plus,
time that you're learning.
Derek Derek Ross.
Okay.
Talked about, he calls it an app within an app, but it's kind of, think about Facebook Messenger. Think about it from that perspective of where it's kind of like you can play games within the app. All of this with no desktop edition.
I mean,
but you gotta have your sticker packs. And I need to have sticker packs that make it look like my face.
So,
go on.
Like off the top of my head, first of all, like the stickers thing. Okay, it's
easy content to make.
Yeah,
let's be honest.
I guess it's kind of neat that you can like do different things and unlock sticker packs and all that jazz. Like that's kind of neat. But I feel like the amount of development energy that went into being able to support sticker packs versus really actual real world usable things. It drives me nuts that they wasted energy on sticker packs and not things like you said, like a desktop client or I don't know. How about integration? The integration thing still continues to bug me the most out of anything. And that's with pretty much all Google products. Like if you look, again, we are not Apple fanboys, but if you look at
Apple fanboys or Google fanboys?
No, Apple fanboys.
Okay,
we are not Apple fanboys.
I would agree.
But if you look at what Apple does in terms of integration versus what Google does with integration, I mean, it's a night and day difference. And I would argue that Google has their hands almost in more products, but they still can't get the integration thing right. I mean, it just
maybe they're trying to change, but maybe they're trying to change the way everything works. Maybe they want to get away from SMS. SMS is old tech.
Totally agree. And
so get away from that. Like iMessage has got it down pat where they have like some type of flip where you don't get SMSs anymore, you get iMessage, but they all do that behind the scene where they go, hey, do you want to iMessage this person? I noticed they have an iPhone. So there's a way that they can do that. That Google could very easily do the same thing with Allo, but it still requires an old antique SMS.
The fact that you can from an iPhone do iMessage directly to another iPhone user and then also include poor old me on Android and it just converts behind the scenes automatically to SMS. Like just the fact that that feature alone is missing. Like first of all, why do I have to have multiple Google Messenger applications? Allo plus Google Messages plus Hangouts if you're a sadist.
I'm not a Hangouts guy.
We used to be. Yeah. We used to be hardcore into Hangouts.
Hello, bloat.
But anyway, I mean, the fact that there's like 3 different messengers just for the purpose of communicating via text is just bananas to me.
I don't understand.
Desktop
client. You really want to get me desktop client? Because right now, because at work I can't get like Hangouts to work or anything like that on my computer. If you really want to grasp and gravitate towards me, if you give me a desktop client, that's baller. Because right now, what I have to do is hook my phone up and then do things. Visor program that a developer made. He's a huge developer. I can't believe I'm blanking on his name.
A developer made. You don't say.
Oh, God,
somebody developed it.
Oh my God, he's a super well-known dude. He's out in Seattle.
Go on, yeah.
You know who it is, don't you?
No, it's fine. We'll wait.
Oh, God. What is his name?
Cool story, bro. So, a desktop client, I think, would go a long way towards at least helping adoption of Allo.
What is his name?
I still
God!
For you. I'm going to let you hang for a little while. You're going to end up Googling it eventually.
I know what his face looks like!
Do you...
Go on, take the show.
Are you mad?
Take the show right now. Roll with it. You're in charge. Somebody, Jesus, take the wheel.
Jesus, take the wheel.
And I'm absolutely Googling it.
A desktop client, I think, would go a long way towards helping at least adoption right now because the whole audience for Google messaging products is so fractured between Hangouts, between Google Messenger, and then Allo. The fact that it's a year after they announced Allo and Duo, and they're just now doing integration between Allo and Duo, I think just shows you that they're not concerned about.
No one's going to believe this.
Okay.
But I did not look it up, and his name is not here. It's Koosh.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure.
I can also vouch for the fact that I do not see that anywhere on there.
Yeah,
so.
Clockwork Mod.
Yeah, okay. I love Clockwork Mod. It's an awesome piece of software.
Koosh.
Awesome piece of software.
Anyway, so yeah, get
So
a desktop
Allo's-
client.
Allo
Stop
sucks,
with the
is short
stickers.
of it, yeah.
I love Google. You guys know this. Everybody knows this. Look, just get a desktop client.
Well,
I know that it's there. I know you've already said it is.
They can do stickers. I don't care. I mean, the stickers thing is fine, but just the fact that the prioritization of features, the fact that they're like stickers is way more important than being able to maximize access to this application.
And I am not a developer, so I totally get it that it takes a long time. It's just that we want to love your products. I love Google Allo. We use it all the time.
Help you, Google. Help me become a vocal supporter of your products.
I heart you.
I can't do it.
So hard.
I for sure can't do it right now.
Red Camera's hydrogen phone.
$1,200
for the aluminum edition. $1,200.
$1,700 for the titanium.
I thought it was
version.
$1,500.
No, it was $17. It's like $1,690 something, I think, for the titanium version of it. So first of all, Red cameras, just in case anybody doesn't recognize the name Red, Red cameras are basically the big name in cameras right now. If you are at all a professional, by the way, we're not. Maybe someday. I would love to be able to say, oh yeah, we're shooting this on my Red camera. Holy crap.
The Red Weapon 8K. Just the body. Just the body of the camera, not the storage, not the lens, not the anything else.
Nothing.
$50,000.
Yeah. That's
$50,000.
I mean,
that's no glass. That's nothing.
I was trying to make a comparison to like, it would
bag.
be like if you just had this with your phone, but just your base phone already has like 50,000 times the features that the base version of that camera has. Now, that being said, your phone is not shooting in like
8K.
Awesome, gorgeous 8K, 60
8K.
frames a second.
You're not getting
bananas,
8K on your phone right now. Anyway, sure. Red camera phone.
They're awesome cameras. They're super awesome cameras. And they decided to make an Android phone.
That is supposedly supposed to do the holographic go from today to today. What?
Today.
To today.
Today to tomorrow.
2D to holographic 3D interaction with games and stuff.
I don't know
how you're going to do that. I'm going to tell you right now that if they come out with a phone that does the whole Star Wars Obi-Wan
help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
I'm going to buy 2 because that's awesome.
Well, MKBHD apparently has already ordered 3, which is...
I am not MKBHD.
Of course, I know, that's what I'm saying about it. Like, of course he has ordered 3 of them. I mean, that dude has every phone ever created, as far as I'm concerned.
I'm actually pretty sure that he might have.
Like
he has drawers
once he
full
got
of phones.
big. Once he got big, I'm sure he has one of every phone that has come out. Because like people would just
send him phones.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to send phones,
yeah,
shameless plug, technically speaking.
So yeah,
what are you getting?
I mean, so design-wise, I think the phone looks awesome. Go to, what is it, red.com? Like, what's the...
It's a Red Hydrogen phone.
Yeah, what's the website for it? Yeah, red.com/hydrogen. They show a couple of awesome pictures. If you just Google it, it looks gorgeous. So,
$15.95 is the titanium.
What did I say? 18?
You said
no,
17.
I said 16.
You said 17. 716 something.
Okay, my bad. So apparently it's 1600.
Holographic multi-view, 2D, 3D, AR, VR, MR.
Yep.
An image capture that just changed forever.
Which
I don't know what any of that means.
But via a phone. Like, I mean, so if you're a camera manufacturer, I don't understand why you would jump immediately into a phone.
Well, think about it. That is the thing that everybody has in their pocket all the time. If you wanted to get a tremendous amount of your product in front of somebody,
sure,
and you have the ability to do it, why not go to phones?
Because
I wouldn't go at the price point.
But that's the thing.
That's just me.
Like if you're trying to argue for getting your product in front of as many people as possible, making a $1,600 phone or a $1,200 phone ain't the way to go about doing it.
Yeah, but let's talk about it from this perspective. It has expandable storage and things like that. Whereas, okay, so I get this and it comes with USB-C.
$1,600.
I'm not done yet.
Well, I'm just waiting for you to get
I'm not done yet.
Are you going to get anywhere close to
I'm going to yank every hair out of your beard.
That's fair. I feel like that's...
Expandable micro... Like, if I know, like, if they come to me and say, Scott,
you
want a phone for free? I would say yes.
Oh, without question.
But if they said, Scott, you're an up-and-coming YouTuber. You're talking about this stuff. Everything that you need your phone to do, we can do.
Okay.
And how nice would it be to be able to film your YouTube with your phone, and it's only going to cost you $1,200. Now, I'm not done yet.
Okay.
If I want to go out and buy a brand new iPhone,
I'm gonna get them.
I'm going to go out and buy a brand new iPhone at the 256 gig price from Apple.
Okay.
That's $900.
Okay.
So if I'm already going to spend $900, and for an extra $200 or $300, I can get red weapon quality camera guts and sensors and that fancy stuff to make my YouTube on something that I carry with me every single day.
Okay.
Well, then I'm going to do it. Those are a lot of ifs. Let me just say that.
For sure.
It's a tremendous amount of ifs. Like it would have to be the quality that I have on my Pixel right now. I absolutely love if it was fast and the quality was better. It was basically like I have a red weapon camera-ish with my Pixel. Hands down, I'd spend $1,200.
Okay. Now, let me go ahead and just stomp on the brakes on your whole point, because if you read the PDF...
which I didn't, clearly.
So two things. First of all, the details on this phone are basically non-existent. They gave you like a 1 or 2 page PDF that is tons of marketing jargon and like, hey, here's all the cool things this phone is going to do. No tech specs whatsoever. Zero. All
conjecture.
You get a like 3/4 view of the phone itself. It looks gorgeous. It's all like black, matte black, aluminum, like heat sink on the back. It sort of looks like headphone, USB Type-C, which is pretty much standard. But the fact that they have a headphone jack is, awesome. Yeah, but I feel like at a point in time when everyone else is like, we don't need a headphone jack. Let's get rid of it. Red is saying
their camera,
hold on to it.
Their sensors are probably too big. To be fair.
Okay, now, here's the thing, and this is why I'm going to stomp on the brakes on you. At no point in time do they mention anything about the camera itself. Matter of fact, the entire press release is all talking about the screen itself. The hydrogen holographic display.
But I just said that if I knew that, if I'm already going to spend $900 or $1,000, because let's be real, smartphones going forward for a tremendous amount of space, that is your starting price point.
For premium, like
if you want a premium phone, you're spending $800 plus.
Yeah,
that's just the facts. Now, $800 plus up front, that sucks. Like that hurts the pocket.
Yeah,
if you do the whole Verizon or AT&T, like whatever that is, I'm going to pay $35 a month. You're still paying that premium price. You're just chunking it up into little bit.
Matter of fact, you're actually paying more than that, because like I got way back in the day, got a Galaxy Note 3, the non-catching on fire version, because I just have to shiv Samsung one more time.
Oh, it's coming. That's next.
But I got mine. I think it ended up costing me $1,000 when it was all said and done, because you get to pay for it in chunks, but when it's all said and done, you're paying way more for the phone because you're financing it. You know what I mean? And financing, you're for sure you're paying interest on it. So.
Well, a lot of time now they've gotten rid of it, but the point remains.
No, you can still do financing. What they've gotten rid of is what's it called? Where they basically just go, sign a 2-year contract, and we'll give it to you for like $300 or something like that. I can't remember.
But even when you do that, you're still paying that $900 or whatever the premium price tag is for that device. You are still paying for the device in full.
Yeah.
Let's not get it twisted. One way or another, you're paying for that device in complete full. So if you buy a $900, I just blanked. Because Kevin just popped in. I knew that you would watch. I blanked because I knew you would watch.
Wait.
You do need a new smartphone.
Way to derail the whole thing, Kevin.
Burp.
Yeah. He's trying very hard to make sure that we don't last until December.
I'm going to tell you what, just don't want to make it.
And what do you get for all of that money?
Nothing in my opinion.
And I would agree with you.
I think true.
Look, $1,200 for a smartphone?
If it came with a red weapon level of camera,
okay.
You totally would.
Speculation.
So is our whole game. That's what we do here. We talk about speculation.
Okay,
what do you want?
That's fair.
I'm done with this topic, and I'm done with you at this point. Kevin, you maybe win another bet. Samsung, what are you doing? Let's talk about the FE edition, the Fire Engine edition.
You wanted to start with the Fire edition. So, short version is Samsung is re-releasing the Note 7.
That's dumb. Anyway, keep going.
So the complete story is that they're re-releasing the Note 7. The Note 7, for those of you that don't remember, is the one that Samsung got in a whole heap of trouble not that long ago because they kept catching on fire at just real inconvenient times, like when people are using them or when people are sleeping or basically
on an airplane.
On an airplane, yes. Because that's
really
what I
not
want
good
to have happen at 30,000 feet is a phone catch on fire. So as a way to basically not lose a truckload of money, Samsung has figured out what the problem was with the original version of the Note 7. They
caught on fire. That was the problem.
Yeah. It turns out they didn't make them out of asbestos. So they've apparently fixed the problem, and they are now re-releasing it as the Samsung Note 7 FE.
Only available in Korea currently.
Do you think it's ever going to make it to the U.S.?
If it has any moderate success and doesn't catch on fire. Like, as much as I want to joke about that, like, probably if I were Samsung, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm Samsung, and besides the fact that they have a speaker in Bixby that can't speak English, I'm going to pretend to be...
We'll get there.
I'm going to pretend to be good.
Yeah.
I would want to release it to a finite group of people, as close to headquarters as I can, just in case those things catch on fire. Because I don't want that to get out.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean,
so that's the first bit.
It's a marketing nightmare.
And
it's an uphill battle.
And I definitely do not want to spend a tremendous amount of money doing all of the marketing outside of Korea. So I can cut some of my losses and figure out if it's any good inside my little circle of trust. And I get that.
Yeah.
But did you know how they fixed it?
No, I don't.
They put a smaller battery in it. That's how they fixed it. Like, they fixed it because they put a new battery in it. Yeah. So,
well, I mean,
I don't necessarily know if that's a fix, as that's we screwed up the battery, so let's just put another one in.
Exactly. We knew that the battery was the problem from the get-go. So, yeah, I guess that's a way to fix it.
Did you never get down to the root cause what the battery the problem was?
No, I think they did.
It was bad. Okay, batteries are bad.
But it was like there's like fins on the inside of the battery. I am going to murder this story, by the way. So just
engineering.
Be prepared for this. So there's like the individual cells in the, lithium ion or something along those lines.
Sure.
Any damage basically could cause the cells to touch, and as soon as they touch, shorts the battery, and that's when they catch on fire, blah, 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 blah. So by using a smaller battery, they don't have to basically run those cells all the way to the edge of the phone, which reduces the chances of impact or drops or vibrations or anything like that, making those things connect and thus catching the phone on fire, so on and so forth. Either way.
From what I gather, it is a beautiful phone. I never actually had one in my personal possession other than going to a store and holding it. Beautiful phone. I loved the Note series. I don't like fire.
It turns out
I'm
it's allergic to it.
Turns out it is hot. Yeah. And I don't want that.
Yeah.
So I get what they're doing, but boy,
I get what they're doing, but I'm just you're never going to sell me a Note 7. Matter of fact, you're probably not ever going to sell me a Note series phone ever again. I'm just not.
They're getting out of it though. They're going to the S series, S Plus, S8,
any of them, like just Samsung phones in general. For sure, not Samsung TVs because of the whole custom firmware. So there was a story that ran a while back about custom firmware or updated firmware that was accidentally released for Samsung TVs that would allow injected ads to air even when you're doing streaming content. So in the middle of watching a Netflix show, you would have ads just show up. I ain't about that at all, for sure. So, Samsung TVs, I'm out. I'm not interested. Samsung phones, I haven't really been interested for a long time, ever since they have been trying to push their own customized version of Android called Tizen. I ain't interested. And now they're back at it again with another like Me Too product, which is Samsung Bixby.
Oh, first of all, Tizen,
yeah,
much more popular than Android Wear.
Not surprising. If anybody has not tried Android Wear 2 is garbage. It is a trash heap. It is an absolute trash heap. Yeah, I tried to like it. I even went to Fossil has some really cool. They've got hybrid watches, which I didn't know you could have a hybrid smartphone, which is hybrid watch.
Are you watching?
I was watching. He's on Facebook.
I'm sorry, I'm on Facebook. It's hard to do all these socials with people watching. Ryan Galletti just sent one of the funniest things.
It's a dude holding out a phone that is literally on fire. It's just this animated GIF of, and yeah, I said GIF, not GIF, because GIF is stupid. That should totally be a hot take one. Anyway,
It's not because
it's absolutely
it's a GIF.
It's a GIF.
It's a GIF. It's not GIF. It's not a hard G.
It's not a GIF.
It's anyway, okay, we keep going. Android Wear, Fire Dish, Bixby. Can't speak English. Why are you?
Yeah, so Bixby is the Samsung version of like the Google Assistant.
Yeah.
No. Bixby is the AI.
Yeah, okay.
So it's
Bixby
the Siri,
is
it's the Google
Jarvis.
Assistant. Yeah. So what they did was they decided they were going to do yet another Me Too product and make some type of in-home speaker. Apple has one. Was that the Apple HomePod or something like that?
It's like $400.
Yeah, bananas. I'm interested to see what they're going to do with that, but fine. Google Home, which is pretty cool. I do like Google Home. What else is there? Oh, there's Alexa and the Echo.
Oh, Echo button.
Echo Dot or whatever it's called.
Dot, yeah.
And then Samsung decides they're going to do the exact same thing. They're going to try and step into the market. They're going to make this thing called Bixby, or the Bixby speaker, or whatever the actual product is called. But it doesn't speak English.
Nope.
Yeah, that seems like a strategic error.
You took the strategic side of, well, I mean, they are a Korean company.
They are a Korean company.
I
understand why they are at least going to release it limitedly in Korea in a non-English speaking fashion, I guess. I don't know. It still seems stupid. I mean, Korea's not that big of a market, unless they're just testing it in Korea to see how it does.
I don't see how that's a good idea at all.
I agree. But I also don't see how it's... I understand the business sense of trying to recover some profits out of the Note 7 by re-releasing it locally. I get the business side of that, but I don't...
Why wouldn't you have...
so stupid.
I don't know. Like, why wouldn't you just, like... Why don't you just cut your losses and go with something else? Why copy?
That I agree with. Again, that's my take on it. Is it's a Me Too product to say, hey, look, I've got one of those too. I think it's dumb.
I get it, but it's going to be one of those same situations like the 360 camera.
Yeah.
What is it? The Gear? No, the Gear was the watch.
Yeah, Gear was the watch.
So whatever the 360 camera was, it's the same thing.
What is that thing called?
Yeah. What is that thing called? Stop that.
Sorry.
Stop that.
Sorry.
Anyway, whatever that thing is called.
It's going to bother me now. I'm not going
to Google it.
I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
Anyway. I think it's the Gear camera. Anyway, Gear 2 camera. I'm going to call it that.
Okay.
Gear 2 camera.
Sure.
The 360 camera,
yep.
Which was a great idea, and it was on sale one day, and I was like, oh my God, I want to buy this.
That, yeah.
Can't. You know why?
Why?
Doesn't work with anything that's not a Samsung product.
Of course not.
And that's your problem, Sammy.
Yeah.
Stop that. Yeah. I get it. You want to I want to make sure that they buy all my stuff. I'm not going to buy all your stuff, but if you have a great idea, I will buy across the platform. Same thing. MacBook Pro.
Yeah.
MacBook Pro.
Magic Mouse. Legit magic.
Legit magic. Super awesome. Android phone.
Whap whap.
Android phone.
Yeah.
Not a Samsung phone.
Yeah. It's like they're taking the worst of both worlds between Google and Apple.
Pick one.
Yeah.
You can team up with any. If you team up with Apple or Google, whom, by the way, have the market.
Yeah.
I get it. You want to try to be like, I'm going to get a product that beats them both. No, you're not.
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to happen. You're too late.
Yeah.
And it's okay. Just team up. Make it about the consumer.
What are they doing differently?
What is Samsung doing differently?
Well, with Bixby, with the Bixby...
they're doing nothing different, but they're doing nothing anywhere in the same fashion is better. Like...
That's my point. Yeah, though. It's it's a blatant Me Too product that is doing nothing differently. They don't have the same amount of. Oh, by the way, the reason this thing doesn't even have English as a native language right now is they just don't have the data. So again, if you're trying to play in this space where Google and Amazon especially are the heavy hitters because they have the data, Samsung doesn't have the data. So if you're going to have this artificial intelligence assistant, how do you do that without data? And I don't understand. I don't understand the business sense in that alone. Like you are fighting an uphill battle for sure.
And maybe it's a situation where Google and Apple are like, "Oh, you went in on it, Sammy." Nope.
Well, I
am blind. I wouldn't give them either.
I'm surprised that Apple is even able to compete as much as they are.
I'm just myself.
Yeah.
Google fanboy coming out.
Yeah.
Apple HomePod, whatever the thing's
Yeah.
going to be called, will not have the success that Google Home has had. And some would argue that there's been almost no success with Google Home. And that would not be me, because I use that thing every single day.
I can attest to that. So parlaying that statement that you just made into the next topic,
Which
I
is
would
what?
have also not have predicted 10 years ago that the iPhone would be the success that it is. Like I had seen smartphones in the past. Gosh, I'm blanking on the name of it. But I had a buddy at the time who had
the Sidekick.
No.
Those are dope. Those are so dope.
Those are so cool.
I want one now.
No, I had. Oh, it was a mogul. It was a mogul. I can't remember who made it, but it was called a mogul, and it was this giant like PDA. Like you popped out the pen.
Oh yeah, it was like a Windows one. Like there was a Windows version too.
It wasn't a Windows phone. This was before you had any type of like semi-legit operating system on it. But it was called the mogul, and this dude played with it all the time. They were absurdly expensive. Oh, you're gonna look it up. I love.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up
because I'm gonna see. Yeah.
Are you talking about this bad boy?
Yeah, but not color. It was a non-color version.
This guy right
HTC
here.
Mogul.
None of you can see it. Just go to Google and type in
HTC Mogul.
Mogul cell phone.
MOGUL. That's what it was.
And it's dope. Super dope.
It
look how great it is. It's running Windows.
But that's not the one, is what I'm saying.
Well,
that's not the one that my friend at the time had. Anyway, I digress. That was kind of my first experience with a smartphone, and at the time, super legit, man. It was super awesome. iPhone comes out 10 years ago, right? Mm-hmm. When it first came out, like the real claim to fame, like the genius behind it, was the swiping feature, like how you could swipe naturally with your finger. And there's an awesome clip out there of Steve Jobs, like the whole audience freaking out because he's like, "Oh, you want to scroll down instead of having a wheel? You just swipe. You just swipe. That's all you do. You just swipe." And the whole audience just loses their mind. They're like, "Yeah." Cool
I know. Now we don't even think about that. We're like, "Yeah,
it's so better. Obvious that that's how you."
Like, I don't want to. Like
the pinch to zoom and yeah, like the what was it, rim Blackberries, the old Blackberries where you had the little on the side that you had to scroll. Oh,
those
yeah,
are super dope too, though.
But anyway, so when the iPhone came out, I'm like, yeah, but who wants to spend that much money on it? And I was happily wrong about that.
I wanted an iPhone so bad, but they were so specific to AT&T.
Yeah,
and
for a long time,
I had Verizon.
That was a brilliant business move.
So I couldn't at all
get
there because I was like, I'm on contract with Verizon. I did everything I could to get out of my contract. Yeah, I did, and it never worked. I begged.
I cried.
I did. I was angry. I tried the anger. I tried sadness. I tried pleading. None of it worked. I couldn't get out. And all of a sudden, fast forward now, I don't really want.
Yeah, I don't want one. Yeah.
They're great devices.
I respect the integration game. And especially having a MacBook, I respect the integration, but without Apple's iPhone, we are not where we are today without it. Now, it's not to say that there couldn't have been another iPhone. That's not what we're saying. Apple was the first to do that thing, and they did it in a revolutionary way. Well,
that changed the entire landscape.
Apple is really good at taking existing technology and then doing something interesting with it in such a way that you go, "Oh yeah, that's why we need it." You know what I mean? And so for the iPhone, it was really a lot of interface things, like really simplifying the interface, and then the App Store, man, the App Store alone, because if you don't remember, the iPhone did not launch with the App Store. The App Store came later, and that's really where things went hockey shapes, like real quick. Like,
wow, what a reference,
right?
The curve didn't go out.
Yeah,
it was hockey shape. Oh,
right?
I like
hockey stick shape.
Anyway.
What I did there. That's where Apple really took off. So what I'm waiting for to tie it back into the previous conversation about the HomePod or whatever the Apple version of that is, by all means, Apple, go ahead and make a Me Too version of a product. Do something interesting with it. Like prove to me that that's why I want it. And this is another great example. The
weather's bananas right now.
Yeah, it is for sure. So the Magic Mouse is another, like, okay, Apple's going to make a standalone mouse that Doesn't have buttons on it. Doesn't have a wheel. There's no wheel on this thing.
It's all touch.
But it's all touch. So yeah, way to put a different spin on a product in a way that makes sense. And again, integration, it works. It works way better.
You turn it on. If it's your MacBook, you turn it on and it's connected.
Done. Immediately.
No ifs, ands, or buts.
Yeah.
It makes editing a dream.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get it. All right, is that all we want to talk about the iPhone turning 10?
Yeah, I mean,
it changed the landscape. It
really
changed the world.
Like I wouldn't have the Android phone. Like neither one of us would have Android phones if not for the Apple phone. So like, absolutely respect the game, respect the origins. Yeah, but yeah, I just thought this was kind of an interesting story. It's hard to believe how far smartphones have come in 10 years.
10 years from now.
Oh,
hot take. 10 years from now.
Yeah.
Phones won't be phones.
You don't think so?
No, I don't.
What do you think? What do you think we're gonna have in place of phones in 10 years? Like, if it's not your phone, is the shape the same? Is it integrated into yet another device? Like, we went from having like phones which are like, oh yes, like this is dog. You went from that to
Jeez. What?
You went from having like the clam flip phone or even the like indestructible Nokia brick.
Hello.
Oh yes. Yes, this is dog. So you went from having like the indestructible Nokia phone
Is that the bear cape?
to like merging a calculator and a.
I think it's going to be some combination of like a wearable.
Okay.
Whether that's here or here.
Okay.
Or here.
Okay.
And I think you're going to have a huge like. It's going to be, if I had my way.
Yeah.
It would be all baked into like wherever I am at the time. Like I'm in my car and I have some type of thing and I want to say like, hey, I want to do this thing. And it would pull up, I think really AI heavy assistant.
Okay.
That's what I envision.
So you think
like Jarvis, like what Iron Man is wearing.
Gotcha.
Just not nearly that technical.
So you see the future of phones as being artificial assistant first, and phone being the kind of extra feature that gets merged in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it will be AI focused first.
Yeah,
and then it will be phone. A phone will be like it's just a mere technicality to get a hold of someone.
Yeah.
That the assistant will give you, hey, I need the weather report. And I need to know what my schedule looks like, and I need to know this, and it will provide me that. It's just going to be literally an assistant that says, okay, you need to call mom. Got it. And wherever I am, it knows to call mom. But in the physicality of that device, I do not think it will be a phone.
Within 10 years?
I don't think it will be a phone. I just don't know what it will be. Like, I think it will be a wearable. I really believe it might be a wearable. But if you think about it, like, if it's a wearable, like, say it's a watch.
Yeah.
And I can do everything that I want on my watch, and I just have to wear headphones. Like, if I want to take a phone call, I just put in headphones. Which, by the way, will be wireless Bluetooth headphones. Almost everything will be wireless.
That I agree with you
Bluetooth headphones.
That I agree with you on.
No doubt in my mind that we're going that direction.
Yeah.
And that's fine. So if that's the case, then it's going to know, okay, I have validated that this is Scott.
Okay.
And he wants to call mom.
Yeah.
And then it'll be Bluetooth connected through my watch.
Okay.
Or send a text message or whatever it might be.
So I agree with you on the wireless Bluetooth headphones. Everything else you're wrong on.
Well, okay. Well, that's fine. so in 10 years when I'm right, if I'm even still alive at this point, in 10 years, I'm certainly hoping that I am, but in 10 years, when I am right, I'm going to pull up this video.
And just like rub my face.
And I'm going to go, look at all this. Look at how right this is. Okay. If we're still eating steak in 10 years.
If the economy hasn't collapsed,
right,
and climate change hasn't killed us all, whatever,
Nuclear.
Anyway, so the problem that I have with the assumption that we're going to have wearables as the dominant form of like this, it becomes your phone from here on out, is it's straight up power. You know what I mean? So if the future is going to be powered by artificial intelligence takes processing power, which takes battery. And one of the major problems that we have right now with things like Android Wear or watchOS or the Samsung Gear watch, battery versus computational power, it's just not there. So,
but in 10 years, the advancements that we've had in the last 10 years,
and that's why I'm going to say that in order for that prediction to come true, we're going to have to see some pretty radical advances in something like battery technology. Now, I will give you this much. There are some really exciting battery technologies that are on the horizon, of them being supercapacitors that would basically, there's kind of like, God, I'm going to butcher some science here real quick. Anybody who knows anybody who knows a bunch about science, please understand that I'm just going to simplify the crap out of this. There's basically two ways you can charge. You can charge something, you could do it slowly, right? Or you can do it very, very quickly, and there's a bunch of engineering problems with either one of those. We have figured out the how do you charge something slowly and steadily. That's what we basically have now. You could do the exact same thing with a different set of engineering guidelines if you were to charge almost instantaneously via this thing called supercapacitors. Which really could change the future in terms of being able to like set your phone down on this wireless charging pad using supercapacitors to charge it almost immediately, or basically in the time that it takes you to brush your teeth, and then you're good to go for the day.
What happens if we can walk into a room and charge?
So back in like the 50s or something like that, there was this, you know, those awesome like old school like the house of the future, and it was like all black and white, and they would show you like things that never happened, like at all.
Yeah,
like, looking back would be laughable. So there was absolutely a demonstration that I think GE did about wireless power in the house. And so you had like this housewife that was holding up a bulb, and the incandescent bulb was glowing by itself. She was just holding it in her hand because it was all wireless power, right? The whole house was basically on the outside was wrapped in copper wiring, so when you walked in there, it induced a
so what did that do to the people?
Cancer like nobody's business.
There we go.
Super not healthy for you to live inside of a giant magnetic field like that. Who
False.
knew?
Lies.
All of them.
Lies.
Yeah, the earth is flat.
Fake news.
Fake news. Okay.
Fake news. All right, I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah. So now we're basically just going to troll each other.
Dumpster fire. Yes. Prepare for it. Of all 5 of you watching, and one of it is us. This is about to be a dumpster fire. I have no idea if this is going to be successful. So but inside this little bag, there is topics.
Yeah.
Think again the Coke Pepsi thing. If you're watching in the beginning, we talked about we have to argue one side or the other of the thing that one of us is going to pull out of here.
There's a lot of things that we legitimately see differently.
Yes.
There are a lot of things in this bag that we don't. So kind of one of the challenges is going to be coming up with an argument like for or against something when we don't really believe it. But let's see what we can do.
Right. And so the thing is, the person who wins the coin flip ultimately is the one who gets to decide which side. It's kind of a yes-no situation. Yeah. So pull up your phone, and I'm going to allow you to call it first. Do you know how to do it? Do you know how to Google, Greg?
I
literally just go and say coin flip. But don't say it, because then you're going to kick off everybody's phones.
That's what I was trying to not do.
What you do is you normally will pull up the assistant or Google Now and go, okay.
Bang. I got it.
And then so...
But I just didn't want to say it out loud because I don't want to like aggravate.
So you're going to call it.
Yeah.
Call it right now and hit the button.
Okay. I'm going to call heads. Flip. Flipping coin. It is heads.
It is heads, and this is not going to end well for me. I can already tell.
And I get to pick the topic and then decide.
Yes, you do.
Ooh,
but remember, it's yes or no.
Yes.
Okay, so you get to pick the side of yes or no. I don't know if we're going to run through 1 or if we're going to run through 2. I'm not sure how much I'm going to get destroyed on what this next thing is.
You might get eaten alive. Ready?
Yeah, I'm going to. Oh, God.
It's too easy. It's just too easy.
Eminem is the best rapper of all time. Yes or no?
Oh gosh. I'm gonna choose yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I am totally shocked by that.
I know you are.
So the floor is yours, sir.
So
I'm not going first. You got first pick in all this.
That's fine.
Eminem is the best rapper of all time because
among other things, first of all, he is very highly awarded. And I'm not saying that other rappers have not been highly awarded, but if you look at what he has done as far as like making rap ubiquitous, making it mainstream for an mainstream for basically for white people, man. Like the fact that you had, because I remember when Eminem first came onto the scene and seeing rap on MTV was pretty rare. Like this was at the height of like the boy bands and everything else. So seeing this like white dude come out of nowhere and rap and not like he was legit about it. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like, oh white guy rapper.
Vanilla Ice.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, because I guess he was technically a rapper, but whatever. That's some corny crap compared to the legit flow that Eminem had and has now. Obviously has now. I would argue that you would be hard pressed to find anybody else who has done more to kind of advance the game, if you will, than Eminem. What do you got?
Wow. Wow. So you're wrong.
Okay.
And that's okay.
Okay.
And that's okay. I mean, look, let's be honest. I will give props to where he is.
Okay.
Eminem is one of the greatest of all time. He is not the greatest. This says the best rapper of all time.
Okay.
He is not the best rapper of all time.
Okay.
There were some before him that set the stage and set the game for him that made him be a successful rapper. He was found by a rapper.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who was super successful.
Absolutely.
Way before he was even a thought. And I believe we all know him by the doctor. The good doctor.
The good doctor.
The good Dr. Dre.
Dr. Dre. Yes. Okay.
Discovered by a rapper that said, I must have him. Because real recognizes real.
Real recognizes real, right?
Bert Kreischer will tell you. Bert.com. He will tell you
Jesus,
3 times. I'm telling you, I'm bringing it up tonight.
Okay.
I don't even care.
Okay.
Real recognize real.
Yeah.
He understood that Eminem had the ability to be a great rapper.
Yeah. None of that.
Flow-wise, look, hang on. Flow-wise, very much there. But things like the NWA, that was one of the greatest groups of all time. This doesn't even get into the Tupac and Biggie conversation.
Okay. Sure.
That's an East Coast, West Coast thing. That put it on the map.
I would totally agree with that.
Those are, if you are looking at the whole Mount Rushmore,
like Sugar Hill Gang or anything like that.
If you're looking at the Mount Rushmore, those are some of the folks that you're going to see up there.
Okay, yeah.
Now, I would argue that Eminem probably belongs on there. He's not the best rapper of all time. Dr. Dre built an empire. Jay-Z built an empire. Pac and Biggie built empires in their death.
Okay.
In their death. Kevin.
I can't tell you how much is wrong with this whole conversation.
Kevin, relax. We're going to go to another topic in just a second.
Okay.
I'm just telling you right now that Eminem, without all of the previous rappers, whom, by the way, were probably better rappers, were the reason why Eminem had the success. Without them, they don't exist.
Okay.
He doesn't exist.
You are so cute when you think you're right.
Oh, thanks, Pumpkin.
What else we got?
Anyway, somebody else come and tell us who's wrong. Do I get to go like this time?
I'll switch it up.
You switch it up?
Yeah, I'll switch it up. We'll do one and then the other. He's wrong, by the way.
Not wrong.
Eminem is here's the problem. I
know you don't believe that. Here's the issue.
To be legit, he is one of
the greatest rappers of all time. It would be really hard pressed.
I would give him
stop that,
little
Cameron.
Yakty. Oh,
stop
God.
it!
Just don't
at me. Oh. Don't even. Oh God! All right, hang on.
I immediately question your taste.
This is the one. I don't know what it is.
Sorry, I love you.
I mean God, not this one.
What do you got?
I don't want to argue this one because you're going to destroy me.
Too obviously suburban.
Shut up, Kevin.
Oh, we can't be friends. What do you got? Oh God, this is a good one.
Chrome or Firefox?
Which one is better, Chrome or Firefox? Which one are you taking?
Oh, I'm taking Chrome.
I knew you would take Chrome because you're a Google fanboy.
Of course I am. Yeah. Everything bakes into my Chrome. When I open Chrome, I can log in with my name. It says Scott up in the other corner. It knows me. That's the extent of your... It knows me. Okay. Everything that I can log into with my Google account, which, by the way, is pretty much everything in the history of ever.
Sure.
I can get through my Chrome browser. Everything. All my bookmarks, all my history, all my everything.
Okay.
All synced up when I just log in from the browser. I don't even have to have another browser window open. It's like having an operating system within an operating system. As a matter of fact, that's exactly what it is. If I don't want to live in the Windows universe and I don't want to live in the Mac universe, I can live in the Chrome universe. Because the majority of the time, I'm there. That's where I am. Netscape, what? Do you hear yourself right now, young man?
Don't at me.
Don't at me. I love this. Don't at me. Netscape, greatest of all time.
Are you done being wrong yet? Or
oh, God.
can I
don't even want to argue this point. It's Chrome, and the reason it's Chrome... Look, I get what you're going to say. It sucks up too much bandwidth. Oh, the amount of RAM. You know what? Deal with it. If you want everything that you possibly need and you're synced to your Google account as much as I am, Chrome is the best browser that is out there, hands down, for someone who uses the internet like me.
Allow me to consume your soul without ever touching anything to do with performance, because let's be real, Chrome, Firefox, and probably Internet Explorer are all terrible as far as system performance goes. I'm not going to get there. I'm not going to get there. Let's start with the fact that there is absolutely nothing that you brought up that can't be done within Firefox. Boom. Let's start with that. So you want to live inside the Google universe? Go for it. I can do that in Firefox.
What am I getting by going to Firefox? What do I get?
It's not a matter of what.
What do I get?
It's not a matter of what you get. It's the fact that the point that you brought up that you can live entirely
inside
the Google
universe. Okay, that's fine. But what do I get by living in Firefox?
So first of all, Mozilla absolutely has a fanatical devotedness. They're all about privacy, right? So it's within the Mozilla Foundation. They outline how they are all about privacy, and that, to me, that's meaningful. Like the fact that I'm going to have a company that basically was a driving initiative for the Do Not Track, which, by the way, Google copied them on and is now in Chrome, right? So
Do Not Track is on there?
Yeah, it should be.
So it's in Chrome.
So it's in Chrome.
So my point is, the best feature of Firefox is in Chrome?
I didn't say it's the best feature, but my point is...
So a feature from Firefox is in Chrome.
Can I finish? Can I finish, buddy? Can I finish? The fact is, I would much rather support a browser that is at the forefront of the technology and not a company that is also just going to go, yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. I'm not a me too guy. I want to be on the forefront.
Where's your iPhone?
And that's why. Shut up.
Where's your iPhone?
I hate you.
Where's your iPhone?
I hate you.
Get your phone. We're going to flip a coin. Where's your iPhone? I'm done with this topic. I'm done with you.
All right, that's fair. You do one more?
Yeah, let's do one.
We got 9 minutes before we've made it a full hour. I told you we would make it an hour.
God, you're so flip a coin. What do you got? Actually, I'm gonna let you do this one.
You let me do this one? You want me to flip? You call it then.
Tails. Is it tails?
Wait for it.
It
is heads.
Okay. Please be something awesome.
Val Kilmer. Val Kilmer is the best Batman.
Oh my God, that is an awful one.
Ah, God, you know how badly I want to say yes just to screw you out of any talking points that you have?
I have no talking points.
Okay, I'm for sure going to say no. Val Kilmer is nowhere close to the best Batman. I think you could argue that literally anybody else, including George Clooney.
George Clooney is the worst.
George Clooney was a better Batman than Val Kilmer.
That's not true. George Clooney is the worst Batman.
At the top of the list has to be Batman from Batman Begins. What's his name?
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale.
Angry Batman.
So Gotham needs you.
Okay, let's be real. Christian Bale. That's not true. And I will at you.
Thank you, Cam. For once, we actually agree.
Right now, yes. I'm going to tell you why. Christian Bale, overactor. Overacted Batman.
Can anybody explain what that has to do with not being the greatest Batman of all time?
I have to.
Is Bruce Wayne not like the king of overactors?
No. I have to argue that Val Kilmer is the best Batman. Right?
Okay.
He just said Christian Bale was the best Batman. Don't at me. I'm adding you.
He's correct. No,
well, hang on.
Problem. Objectively, he's correct.
He's wrong, and here's why.
Okay.
Christian Bale overacts that part. I want a humble Batman.
Okay.
I want a humble Batman.
So hang on. You want your millionaire playboy, night vigilante, superhero wannabe.
I did not say Iron Man.
You want him to be humble.
I need him to be humble. Look, your parents died right in front of you.
Affleck. I forgot about Affleck.
That is the worst Batman. Oh my God.
Worse than Clooney?
Oh man, they're both pretty bad.
No. I will give Batfleck was not terrible.
I don't know. Like Clooney Look, they had the best line.
Real
The best line was between him and O'Donnell was, "Holy rusted metal, Batman." That was the best line.
I will give you that. But real talk, he was for sure the worst.
Clooney?
Without question.
Yeah, that was terrible.
It was pretty terrible.
That is not true. Michael Keaton is awesome.
I mean,
I love where your head's at.
I love Michael Keaton.
I
for sure love Michael Keaton. Lily Acting is the best Batman of all time.
Might not be wrong on that one. Anyway, Christian Bale. Or no, God, what's the other person? Val Kilmer. He shows.
I feel like I just won that one. He just said Christian Bale. I feel like that's a solid win in my
Val Kilmer shows me humility, which is what I want out of my Batman. Shows me the ability to have that humility of, you know what? He makes me connect with Batman, the Batman character.
Okay.
He shows me that this is what Batman should be like all the time. And I'm just going to go ahead and fess up to you right now, 100%.
Keep it 100.
Keeping it 100. I can't remember the Val Kilmer Batman. Not one bit.
Really?
Cannot remember it. I'm making all of this up.
I know you are.
I know you are.
It
is legitimately fake news. I cannot remember Val Kilmer as Batman. I can't. And that makes like, okay, maybe that makes him the best because he doesn't have a bad part because he doesn't have a good one.
because
he's not.
Your logic is so upside down.
Because he doesn't have
Batman.
He's the mediocre Batman.
The worst part because he doesn't have the best part.
100%. He doesn't have the best part, but he doesn't have the worst part. He is your middle of the road. He is your consistent Batman.
You called him mediocre again.
I
want
my Batman to be.
I want my Batman.
I want my Batman to be consistent at being inconsistent. Be humble because your parents died right in front of you, bro.
For sure.
And I can't remember a good part, but I can't remember a bad one either. Can you remember a bad part with Val Kilmer?
So the takeaway is.
I need to watch more movies, evidently.
Mediocrity means that he is the best in your book. Like,
he's not the worst.
Oh my God!
Is he the worst?
You could literally rationalize it.
I didn't say he was the worst. I feel like we need to do another one.
You can do one more.
Okay. I don't know. I don't think we got. That was not a good one. That didn't end on a good one.
I won, so I'm
look, I'm getting slaughtered right now.
Yeah, that's a fact. That is correct. That is for sure correct. All right, let's do one more. For real.
Okay.
Okay. About to have it? Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and take the absolute no on this. Without question.
Okay.
No.
I'll let him cheat. That's fine. What do you got?
I am cheating, and I don't care.
Okay. What do you got? If you have to cheat to win, that's fine.
Your reaction will be worth it.
Oh, God.
Howard the Duck is a good movie.
And he's taking no.
I'm going to take the no side. I'm going to try to make some things up.
Okay.
To give you some time to think of. I have no idea how you're going to support that one.
Let me just tell you, I do appreciate that. From the bottom of my heart. I appreciate you giving me the next however long to come up with any reason why Howard the Duck might be a good movie.
You know what? Do you want me to take the Howard the Duck?
No. I will take Howard the Duck as a good movie.
No, I got to take the Howard the Duck is a good movie.
Why?
Because I have a hot take like you wouldn't believe.
All right. Okay.
Howard the Duck is in fact a good movie.
That's it.
That's the only hot take I got. Nope.
Well, you put out a convincing argument, sir.
Howard the Duck is a good movie, and I believe it was a George Lucas film, which most people do not know.
Is that actually?
I am sure that actually Howard the Duck is a George Lucas film.
Okay.
And little known fact that without Howard the Duck, we may not have Apple. And here's the connection.
Okay. You want to talk about a hot take? Yeah.
Hot take.
Go for it.
Howard the Duck.
I want to see how
I'm
this
pretty
ties
sure
together.
that it was Lucas.
Go on.
George Lucas lost a tremendous amount of money on Howard the Duck. I'm right, aren't I?
Hang on. The budget was $35 million. They grossed $16.
Yeah, they lost
a lot.
That's a lot. So Here's the thing. Howard the Duck is a good movie because what Howard the Duck has done is two different things. It gave us Apple. Little known fact that the minute that Lucasfilms put out this just amazing film.
Jeez. Okay.
Yeah, awful.
Okay.
Love the movie. Greatest movie. It was purchased by Steve Jobs.
The movie?
So they had to sell off part. So thank you, Kevin. Lucasfilms, not the director. Okay, yes, you're right. George Lucas was involved with that just amazing movie, Howard the Duck.
Yeah.
Lost a tremendous amount of money on Howard the Duck. Sold Pixar to Steve Jobs.
Was Pixar tied?
So maybe it's not.
Howard
Maybe
the
it's not Apple. Maybe it's Pixar.
He's literally making.
I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you, like, I'm going to make this connection. I promise you, and it'll take more than this friggin' hour to get there. But I will
make
get
the
there.
Connection just by making things up.
Howard the Duck gave us not Apple but Pixar. So
that I agree with.
Without Howard the Duck, we don't have things like Toy Story 1, 2, and 3.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have things like Cars 1, 2, and 3. We don't have Pixar anything. So hang on, Howard the Duck. That film was solely responsible for Pixar. All of those amazing films that we see right now on Pixar is because of how good the film Howard the Duck was.
Ryan says it's still better than Star Wars Holiday Special.
Fact.
It is, unless we are ranking things by how awful they are, like being so awful that they're awesome.
That said...
terrible.
Basically, Howard the Duck movie equals gave us Pixar. Would you agree with that? Logically, what I just said, Howard the Duck, the quality of Howard the Duck, with the quality...
Okay,
hang on.
Go ahead.
The quality of Howard the Duck, the movie, gave us Pixar.
No.
Wrong. That's okay. Second, this is the long play. I'm going to come out and say right now, I might be the first person in the history of the internet.
Hang on. Are you planning on getting to a point?
I'm getting right here, right now.
Like,
Two things.
We got things to do.
Howard the Duck was responsible for Pixar films, which thank you.
You've stated multiple times.
Thank you for that. This is the second one. This is the slow play, and I'm going to talk to you just one-on-one right now.
Yeah.
Internet.
Me and you.
Internet, me and you. Howard the Duck is involved in the Marvel Studios. Involved in the Marvel Universe. You've seen him in Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's
1 and 2.
Yeah.
He is in there.
He's
is a part.
Not wrong about that.
Yeah, he is actually in the Marvel Universe. I might be the first person in the history of the internet right now, today, to say
Howard the Speech.
Howard the Duck, the movie might be saved for the history of ever if they write in that Howard the Duck wins the Infinity Wars for the Marvel Universe.
So
all other superheroes fail.
They're all
dead. All of them will fail.
Howard the Duck.
And Howard the Duck.
Okay.
We'll save it. My take, hot take. Howard the Duck will play a crucial role. Hang on.
Now,
Howard the Duck, crucial role. Crucial role.
It's time for the adults to talk now.
Critical role in the Infinity Wars. First person on the internet to say that.
God, you are wrong in so many. I don't have enough fingers and toes to count off all of the ways in which you are so hilariously wrong about Howard the Duck being a good movie.
Let's not even get to the fact that I didn't mention a thing about the movie. Not a thing about the movie.
Please believe that's on my list of things to address. The fact that, like, your immediate go-to argument for why Howard the Duck is a good movie, objectively a good movie, is because Pixar eventually. Nothing to do with the movie at all.
That's correct.
But because Pixar eventually.
I said because of the quality of the movie, Pixar was spun up. It did not have to specify whether that was a good quality.
There's literally so many absolutely objective ways to verify that Howard the Duck was a terrible movie. The fact that you pointed out correctly, the budget was $35 million and they made 16. That pretty much qualifies as a box office flop. Now, I will give you
Lucasfilms.
Hang on. I will give you. It is a cult favorite. Because
hands
it's so
down.
It is also, according to IMDb, a 4.6 out of 10. That, by any measurement, is a terrible movie. And
Geely.
I didn't hang on. This is not about whether or not Howard the Duck is the worst movie.
Oh,
or
that's true.
Other movies that
because
are
it's one of the
worse
best.
than it. Oh God. We can play the worst movies of all times game, because we can play things like, and oh buddy, do I hope Andy is watching. How about Mono's Hands of Fate? How about Plan 9 from Outer Space?
Whoa.
You want to talk about objectively speaking,
Hell Goes to Frogtown. Shut your hole.
Look it up on YouTube. That is an amazing.
That's a really look up Shut Your Hole. I think it's Hell Goes to Frogtown, or just look Shut Your Hole Frogtown on YouTube. Very funny.
It's
Shut Your Hole,
starring Roddy Piper.
Yeah, that's right. Roddy Piper.
So anyway, I don't feel like I even really need to say much, because you pretty much just destroyed your own argument just by even trying to support the side of Howard the Duck being a good movie. I am interested to see whether or not Howard the Duck either does a reboot based on how popular.
I'm telling you right now, he makes a difference in the Infinity Wars. I'm gonna say it right now.
I will hold the line that Howard the Duck is single-handedly responsible for the delay in getting Marvel movies made and having comic book movies taken seriously, because that movie is so bad. So bad.
Again, but the movies that exist today, the Iron Mans, the Thors of the world, wouldn't be as good as they are without Howard the Duck. Fact. Because what would have happened is that then if they would have gotten taken seriously, they would have been made earlier when the graphics, and we looked at the graphics earlier, and they were trash.
Hashtag duck boobies.
Hashtag I need more power. That tongue? What was that?
Stupid.
Like, if you would have had that, those graphics are just trash, but because it was
it's because it's not
bad,
CGI. It was all practical.
It's so bad. The technology, basically, technically speaking, the technology caught up. We need to end the show.
Yeah, we really do.
Okay,
You're
y'all.
just reaching.
I really didn't think it would be an hour.
I didn't think so either. But
it went longer than an hour.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. Glad you stuck with us for at least the whole hour, the majority of it. Thank you for listening to us argue.
That was fun.
That was a lot of fun. We should do that again.
We will have that again.
For sure. If anybody has any ideas for other things that we can fight and argue about, leave them in the comments.
Leave a comment.
I would love to start to gather some stuff like this.
We're going to eventually
we got some other ideas.
We're going to eventually have special guests on the show where we can also tell them that they're as wrong as Greg was.
Except for I won. I won them all. Like, that's a clean sweep, man. 3-0. Where you at?
BurtBurtBurt.com. That's my report. BurtBurtBurt.com. Okay. Y'all have a great weekend. Yep. I have a video coming out this weekend about the Mophie case that's actually on this bad boy right here. Should come out Sunday evening, probably.
And I will be back the following week with wireless headphone reviews.
Those wireless headphone reviews right
Are we doing those?
Yeah, this guy right here. Oh, God.
This is the first time I've even seen him. So here you go. Wireless headphones review.
Yep,
so that's all. All right, everybody. We'll talk with you guys next time.
See y'all.
Peace.